Cancer, 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 how you doing? Don't worry about a thing, Steve, or Stephen, or Stephen King, or Lion King, but don't worry about a thing unless you are Rastafari, and then you are smoking probably. Or are you trying to stop smoking, or you are a smoking fool, is what I'm hearing. Or do you smoke fool? No, but I prefer to chuff on a pipe. Someone's got a python, unless you literally have a snake in your boots, or a snake around you. I'm hearing snake Plissken for some reason, snake Plissken. Or skin, like someone's skin. I don't know what this is, like peeling. Some of you, is it a banana? Or are like you peeling something, like, or your skin is peeling because it's like hot and stuff like that, and you're peeling. Okay, or you're appealing. Some of you could be appealing for something of court, is what I'm hearing. So again, very quickly before we go into your messages, don't worry about my top. I have 3 of these tops. I ain't going to go into it, but I have 3 tops. That's probably why I'm wearing the same one. Don't worry about that. If you haven't seen the channel before, we're going to channel a load of messages for you, and then we're going to look into your mind versus their mind and the brutal truth. Okay, Cancer. So, yeah, you can watch this as a Life Path 7 or anything like that, but channel messages and then that reading. Okay, so also the numerology. If you haven't seen the video, you can watch the numerology video, and also explains how I read Akashic records and everything else, the numerology, and also your star sign and placement of. Okay. So appealing, somebody could be appealing against it and saying, you know what, no, hold on a minute, this is not fair, Libra, maybe, or but like, this is not fair, no, this isn't fair, no, this isn't fair, is there an affair? Like, is this a love affair or a secret love affair, or is it where there is a fairground attraction, something like that, fairground attraction? That is also a song, right? I don't want no love affair. Young hearts are foolish too many times too. You could be dealing with a 2 of Cups, or a Libra possible, or Sagittarius mainly, maybe. Too many times, but now I'm determined, I'm going to get it right. It's like I'm determined. See, I don't know if there's a termination or terminally ill person here. Not everybody, but like I'm hearing something is eternal. Like the song, I come up with it in another reading, I think, is an internal track. Some of you could be making music, Angel Radio, that would also be good. But like Angel Radio, I'm not going to batter you with that one, but I have got a new song coming up very soon for Angel Radio. But like I'm hearing an internal track, like, now this, like I said, it can be music and things like that, but also like I'm hearing is an internal track. Something that is going on internally with someone, like that it is not physical, it is medical. I said this so many times, I've had some flack over that one also, but like man, I can't help it. If people are watching, I have to channel. My job is the most important thing, Stephen, isn't it? Is it? You seem to have that your job is more important than me, is what I'm hearing from a lot of you, or myself. But like you seem to think you're everything. Cause you to me are everything, the sweetest song that I can sing, oh baby, oh baby. And Justin, I'm hearing Justin, or Justice, or Justin, or justify. It's like I can't justify it. It's like I cannot justify fly, shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoot someone, somebody's batshit crazy, I'm putting it that way. Cause that's stir crazy. So I'm hearing shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't shoo. Go on, shoo. What am I hearing that? Is somebody shooing someone off? Going just shoo. Go on, shoo. Go on. I can hear that. I don't know who's doing that, but like shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo. Unless you're buying some new blue suede shoes, or you're something to do with Elvis Presley, but like you're buying some blue shoes, or like you are buying some new shoes. Like, you know what? I'm going to go out, Steve, and I'm going to buy myself this week, or coming up, of a channel messages that can't be predicted of where or when, but I'm really thinking about buying myself a new pair of shoes, right? And they might be blue, and they could even be suede. Unless your name's Swaley, or Sarah, or S, something beginning with S, Steve, Sarah, Sassy, or like, yeah, I'm definitely hearing that though, for a lot of you. Okay, so what have we got? Yeah, so appealing. It's either your skin's peeling or someone is appealing against something. Now, if this isn't court for a lot of you, this is more of a you're against me, aren't you? Like you don't seem to appeal to me anymore. Like the energy. If there's a bad energy around you, Cancer, it feels like that this does not seem to appeal with me anymore. It doesn't fit. but they keep saying peeling. So I really do pick up on the main message here is that someone could be going to court. Now, I did also pick up, that I'm coming back to, is something to do around, like I said, somebody could be ill here. Ill, did I say ill? Like a will or something of someone passing or dying, or a will, and it's all been drawn up because somebody passed, or somebody is physically ill, and someone's expecting, because that was it, because I had like terminal, okay, that was it. So like some sort of like terminal, private flight, I hope you're alright, but like terminal, I'm hearing like a plane terminal, or like it's terminal, it's internal, an internal track, or it's terminal. Now this doesn't have to be you, Cancer, it's an energy of me channeling it. Where they come from, I have no idea, okay. Elijah, go away with that joke now. I'm telling you, I'm not going to go over this anymore. Please. Like, for the love of God, Steve, please stop telling me that joke. Right. So, like, anyway, like, it's something that is internal. Like I said, it's like either an illness, or it's an appointment, or it's a doctor's thing that you may have coming up, or like it's someone at a physical, like is terminally ill, and they are at the hospital, and stuff like this, and someone's eternally ill, or it's an internal track, like it's someone's tubes. That's what I'm saying, it's either a train station, or trainer, or Tina, or a trainer, or a traitor. You see, that's why y'all could come up with the biblical energy of Jesus being actual Pisces. Why is that? Well, I haven't made the video yet, but trust me and believe me, I've pretty much figured it out, maybe through numerology. I ain't going to do it quite yet, but if you look at the energy of like 1 not being divisible by, so life path, blah, 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 you can't really predict the energy of 1, because when you look at 11, right, so 1, you get the energy of life path 11. 2, you get the life path of 22. 3, you get the energy of 33. I'll probably make a video on that later, but it's something to do with around that. Okay, but yeah, I'm kind of getting some very strange messages just lately, 7 or Cancerian, that seem to be coming through of somebody who's trying to get me to notice things that are biblical. I don't read a book. I normally find out a few things maybe from like Wikipedia, but I still feel that that's a book. But generally, if there's something that I'm hearing and I'm kind of like, I'm picking up on something, I may need to study a little bit in order to find out what that is, and then trust me, then I'll just evolve it, right? But anyway, something like that could well be biblical that's on its way is what I'm hearing. Now, I don't know what this is around hospitals of like something it's on its way, like, I don't know, like your daughter or your son is on their way. Oh, okay, I'm hearing 2 instances. A granddaughter is on their way, or something is over the way to their grandmother or mother or something like that. I'm on my way. But I'm also hearing like could well be on their way. Okay. I do apologise if anybody is like terminally ill here. I'm not going to say that's 100% here, but my spirit's kind of saying that somebody is on their way. Okay. So whether that is like on their way to see you or on their way out and leaving, I don't know. But I definitely keep picking up the name Lee, Leanne, Lisa, anybody begin with L, Elzebub, maybe something around Capricorn or 6, Gemini. But you'd have to know the numerology parts, but I'm on my way. I don't know, because I keep picking up that there's an emergency, so it's okay, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, I might be a little bit late, but I'm on my way. Superman, something to do with Steve, maybe, or like I'm on my way. You can go your own way, go your own way. Yeah, because I'm picking up 8, like 8 of cups. Like, well, you can go your own way if you want. You can go and do it your own way, do whatever you like, but I'm not going to come your way. Yeah, I've got some very strange energy now, whether the messages are changing, whether I can't figure it out, whether it be good or bad. Okay, so like, you can go your own way, but I can come your way when it's kind of like someone's like, can you come and pick something up? And I can just basically fly over, or private flight, you're right, but like, or I could just quickly come over the flyover, which is like over the rainbow, which would be like a Pisces energy maybe, or like a the flyover. So here we have like, you can call them a flyover if you like, but it's pretty much like a bypass, a dual carriageway and all of that kind of thing, or the name carry or carriage. But like horse and carriage, I don't know what that's for. Horse and carriage, some of you could be Romany gypsies, and a horse and carriage. But like, it's okay, I'm on my way, I'm just going to come on the flyover, okay? So it's either like I am flying over, okay, or can you fly over here, or can you just come over the flyover, which means that there's going to be long distance, so travel. So long distance, so I'm hearing long distance, which would be touring brakes. Any of you out there are touring brake fans? But long distance, Ollie, Gail, yeah, long distance. Long distance traveller, you see, I keep hearing a long distance traveller, someone that is a physical traveller here. But it's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way. Not really making any sense. Cancerian or 7, it doesn't matter, but I'm hearing 7 maybe. 777. Yeah, 711. Anyway, we're going to leave the channeling stuff for a little bit. So that's your just weird stuff just for a little while, Cancerian. Okay, so let's see. So, I need to come back to Earth. Calling occupant, Steve, come back to Earth. So now we are going to do your actual, it's like a you versus them if you like, but it's your mind versus their mind. It's what's in their intentions and what's in your intentions. What do they think and feel about you, and what do you actually think and feel about them? Okay. M, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Matilda, anybody beginning with M or E. Okay, or M or Lee. Okay, but these can, where I start to change it when we look on the other side, is to do with how this could be representing people also that are in your life. Because for a start, we look at the energy of how this representing your soul message of your opposition. Things that you could be going through that make you go, right? So the things that make you go, I'm quite curious about what they might be going through themselves, or what they actually may think about me, okay? And what they could be going through with me or without me, and then you turn into you too, okay? So that is pretty much what we're sticking with at the moment, Cancerian. Okay, so show me how the other person thinks and feels about Cancer. How does the other person think and feel about Cancer? How does the other person think and feel about Cancer? Show me how the other person thinks and feels about Cancer. Ooh, oh, it's gaslighting. A lot of them, this is where Cancer, everybody says, yeah, it's that person, they're a narc. Right? So, according to popular belief, Cancer, you may not be the most popular sign out here, because your partner, regardless, feels worried, anxious, difficult, that you feel that they're controlling and they feel you're controlling. Controlling, right, doesn't have to be a narc, it can be gaslighting. Gaslighting can be on a physical or metaphysical level, but it's so confusing because you can also get very moderate kind of gaslighting where you don't realise that you are. But whilst you're connected with dark energy, you ain't going to know your head from your arsehole. They will think that you're very narcissistic and controlling, and that you're doing and saying things that are awful and mean, okay? And that you will more than likely think that they are doing exactly the same, because your first card out is gaslighting. Right? So you could be dealing with a Virgo, possible Leo, maybe, because it's courage and strength, right? But then in the lowest vibration of this card, meaning it's not a great card, obviously, can mean now that I'm worried. Okay, through worry, stress, everything else. So your partner thinks and feels, Cancer, that you are narcissistic and controlling. But that would also represent somebody that is looking inward, where you look on so many different chat levels that they all say, yes, the Cancer. So y'all got to be dealing with a person, right? But they think and feel, okay, Cancer, because we are going to look at how you think and feel, because that could well be where you don't give a shit. Right? Compared to some. But, or your mum. You see, it could even be your mum. Or you feel it about your mum. It depends. numerology placements, it doesn't matter. Okay, we all got to calm down a little bit, Cancer. But it's kind of like one of these where I need to kind of like back up my energy. Where like, okay, what do they think and feel about Cancer? Narc. Right, so, you know, you kind of got this knocking on heaven's door is what I keep hearing. I don't know why. But like, I don't know. Somebody, generally, because we always, Cancer, before I lose everybody, we also take this down to a generic reading for your week as well, okay? So, somebody on the outset could be very, very, very worried about a person, of anything that may be channeled, of what is going to happen when I arrive. If I go and see the folks, if I go and see my mother or father or grandmother, or if I lose a person, I am worried to death. Okay, I'm worried to death. You could be dealing with the Scorpio energy as well. But I'm worried to death that something might happen where I'm going to be left. Okay. I'm fearing things in my life that I'm not wanted. Okay. So when you are being controlled and gaslit, the other person could be gaslighting you, and you feel contaminated by their energy of thinking, man, am I actually gaslighting people, or am I funnily enough unaware that I'm gaslighting people? But a gaslighter can make you feel as if you are a gaslighter. And that's the God's honest truth. Because you can have these things where you're like, man, I need to sit back just for a minute and think, you know what, am I actually goddamn gaslighting people? Am I stubborn? Am I arrogant? Because why does this get very confusing when you're spiritual? Because you're supposed to have empathy, right? We're taught in life that we are supposed to have empathy for people. But when you come up against a component in your relationship, or any relationship that you have, a gaslighter will say that you don't have empathy, that you don't have care and attention and affection for somebody in emotional turmoil or need of something, right? So when they need your loving and you don't show your feelings and emotions very well, and you don't show them on your heart and your sleeve, people can then start to say, you know what, you're gaslighting, right? So through the energy of what that says about gaslighting is that if you don't show empathy for everybody in life, that basically that you could well be a person that is like a sociopath, right? That you don't show empathy for people. So, like I said, during this time of why this card is so strange that it comes out right from the beginning, is that I need to try and calm people down a little bit. That probably people are going to be losing their shit, blaming other people and saying, yeah, it's them, right? It's more than likely that you are not with this person. It's more than likely that if you're not, well, if you're afraid not and you're a Pisces, you are not, right? You are not. But it's kind of like, no. But if you are a, well, you might think one is. But if you are like with this person, not without them, this person, either way, the energy is like, I'm worrying about whether I'm with you or whether I'm with you of like, Fuzzy was a woman, was he stir crazy? Like, you know. So it feels like that I'm going crazy, you drive me crazy. I don't know my head from my arsehole, and I don't know whether I am or you are, and the only thing that we can do to possibly get rid of narcissism control is to not have empathy, which is why that is so difficult. Because if you don't have empathy for someone that's trying to control you, they will toy with your emotions to tell you, to blame you, that you do not have empathy, that you do not show your feelings and emotions. Well, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You will not put up with my drama. You will not put up with what I have to say. And because you won't, or you will or you won't, and then you do and then you don't, and then you're completely stir crazy, is because what is stirring up is dark and light. It's mixing with your energy of dark empathy, which means it doesn't mix well, it doesn't play well with others. And because you don't, and because you don't care for me anymore, and you don't wear your heart on your sleeve, and you're a masculine energy, and you will not put up with me, then you're a gaslighter. Because you will not let me in. I'll huff and I'll puff until you blow the house in, until I got what I deserved, which is nowhere. Which is where this whole scenario of your reading with one card tells me straight off that this cycle is not going anywhere. You're not getting anywhere if you're communicating. If you're not, the other person feels as if you're afraid not around a Pisces, where it's kind of like, if you're not together now, your person feels that you do not have empathy for gaslighting. Because you didn't show your feelings. You wouldn't to a gaslighter. If you're being gaslit, you would stop the energy because it would feel wrong. You'd be like, oh God, it feels awful. Right? It feels bad, it doesn't feel good, it feels rotten. It just does not feel good at all. Right? It feels more like Sid Vicious. Right? Someone from Sydney, Australia maybe, could be going through this. but like, or Sydney, okay, but like, or Cindy, Cinderella, right? But like, you know, where's your shoe, Cinder? I don't care. I smashed it on the floor. Go and find another Prince Charming, right? It's like, look, you might be charming and you might be everything else, but you could well be a charming man. But why are you a man? Oh, because I'm a man. That's why. Right? Because I'm a man's man. I'm a ladies' man. Right? But not a ladies' man. Or a lady boy. You could be lady boy. I don't know why I'm hearing lady bird or lady boy. I don't know. But or Lady Karma. There's another good track there for you. The band, very old soul band, Lady Karma. It's actually on my Broken Hearts Beat the Most on Facebook. But anyway, your person thinks and feels that you are narcissistic and controlling because you are not showing your feelings and your thoughts towards a person, and you have pretty much cut them off. If not, and you are with them, then there is problems at hand, Cancer. There are problems at hand because they think that you are gaslighting them, okay, because you won't leave, because you feel as if there is unfinished business yet. I'm not going anywhere, boo. I'm with you, boo. I am not going anywhere. Right? So I ain't going anywhere. I'm staying put. I haven't finished here yet with you, young man. I'm going to keep doing this to torment you. So your partner, for some of you, feel as if you're tormenting them. Right? So and if that isn't, well, that isn't a speaking card. That is a feeling card. I feel as if you're narcissistic and controlling because you won't do what I want you to do. Right? That's the feeling. So that's how they think and feel about you, Cancer. Let's see. It's coming from a Virgo energy. A Virgo kind of life path 9. That's the energy that they are projecting onto an energy. Right? Because it's a 9. Right? So let's see. Cancer. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Sorry, no. How does Cancer's partner think and feel about Cancer? The energy of contamination. Contamination. So to biblical or public belief is the fact that belief is a lie. Right? What we believe in that we did not witness, like gaslighting, what other people do not witness, is why you can't take it personally. You can if you like, but what you was public to believe of biblical that you was not there back in Des at Thusla to understand whether you was there or not, that time is very difficult to actually control because it was so long ago. Right? It was so long ago. So there could be complete distance between a lot of you, for some of you, for a long time, and you're still going through it. The awakening. The karmics are to fault. Right? But this is the karmic brutal truth. It's not the karmics are to blame, thinking that you are exempt from yours. No, it's not one of those karmic readings. Okay, but generally here, to popular belief, is that in the Garden of Eden, it was contaminated by dark energy of Lucifer in order to be born from a hip, okay, and then basically give birth to everybody of dark and light energy of living in purgatory because of an energy of that is not fair, okay. So it's in my head. You're in my head, right? You could be dealing with a moon sign of Capricorn maybe, or a Virgo moon sign, possible, or a 9 or something like that, but I'm hearing a moon, okay, which is 9, okay. So you've kind of got this where this person thinks that you're in their head. They love you, but they hate you. It says, I love you, I hate you, you are a Judas. You pretty much backstabbed me, right? You backstabbed me, and you said things that I don't like, because I probably went into Pandora's box, found something else out that I don't like. This can be where you heard someone speaking, so I'm saying, if this is revolving my channel, my job is that I am a spiritual teacher. Whether I be in relationships, out of relationships, or anything. If anybody watches, then please do not wind yourselves up. Okay, please, it's the last thing I want to do, is because my job comes first. That's why I'm the sacrificial lamb of Jesus. Right? Is on the hangman, is 3, is the triad of 3, okay? Actually shows you in a card as well, right? I wasn't there when they made cards, as I wasn't there back in Des at Thusla. But from my understanding that is to do with the equinox and everything else, but the fish. But again, this person feels as if you are completely and utterly in their head. The fact that it is not, like, this is like, you're in my head. You're in my head, man. I can't, because it could end up swapping at some point, but you're in my head. You're in my head, constantly in my head, man. Anybody would do that. Anybody would be like, no, man. You're in my head now. You're like the narcissism, but, well, the gaslighting. You see, you've either got, gaslighting, narcissism, sociopath, empath energies of being spiritual. We're all really designed to be on our own, to be honest, because when you are so spiritual, you're going to find it very difficult in a very relaxed environment. Well, my karma is. Not everybody's, but, you know, the further you ascend, the more difficult life is going to get, right? So, what you've got is this person now is implanted things into one's head, and now it's like, man, like it's like a swarm of goddamn locusts. Biblical, right? I'm hearing a swarm of locusts, right? Or Loki, or Yogi or Loki, Yogi Bear, but like Loki. Don't know what that's for, but low key. Ooh, that was a low key blow. Low key blow. Low key blow. What on earth is that? Low key blow. Don't know. I don't know, Loki blow. But I definitely keep hearing that like phone jack, like blow. Oh, Pinocchio. Pinocchio, you lying bastard, Pinocchio. You give me wood. Yeah, I bet you did, I know. Right? Unless it's Edward Woodward, or Ed, or Edwina, but like Edward Woodward. Right? I forget the film now. But yeah, Pinocchio. Hello, is that you, Pinocchio? So what? So you liar. Elijah. You liar. You liar. Or, yeah. I'm hearing some others. Tyler, Layla. You got me on your knees, Layla. You got me begging, please, Layla. Someone's begging, please. Please, mercy. Mercy, have mercy, mercy. Somebody's called Mercy out there. Mercy, mercy me. Anyway, how does Cancer's partner think and feel about Cancer? They are nined up to the business, bruv. Y'all got to be dealing with a life path 9. 2 people in twin flame union that come up to also be a 9. Right? That was another thing that I was looking at doing later on, but yeah, it's more private reading stuff really. Because I can tell what you've come here to experience through your numerology. But please don't all bombard me with loads of stuff, right? But like, it's for a later date. But yeah, you've kind of got this. You've got this where this person is stressed out and worried, man. This person worries you to death as you worry. There's a fucking worry wart here. It's either a witch with warts or like warts and all, right? It's kind of like, man, there is more stress and worry here. But this person could also be individually going through a literal awakening. Waking from Woking-stow, or from Woki or Yoki. Woking-stow is what I'm hearing. So Paul McCartney. In the middle of Ocean Sea. In the middle of yeah, Woking-stow is what I'm hearing though. Woking-stow or Woki or Woking. Anyway, so your partner thinks you're a narc. Your partner thinks that they're stressed out about you. This is what I'm saying. A person, if they're a gaslighter, they may not even physically be aware that they are a gaslighter. That's what I'm saying. They may not know that they gaslight you. Because they won't admit that. A gaslighter won't admit, yeah, I'm gaslighting you. You know, of course they don't. That's why they're so convincing. So, you know, you could be in a metaphysical connection here and lost your mind over the other person, where they're constantly on it. whether you like it or not, this person is constantly on your mind. Is constantly on your mind, right? And on their mind. Because what they think and feel about you is that you're a controlling piece of narc, but they love you. That's why that does not make a lick of sense. Because they are very controlling, because they're gaslighting. Well, that's what the cards say. It's probably not what the person says. That might be what you told them. You're a narc. Right? So it's kind of like, well, you know, maybe, but I still love you. Well, of course you do, Tyrone. Of course you do. If the milk turns sour, I kind of puss it and drink it. Do you know what I mean? So you could be dealing with possible Leo, but they're not here. But so let's have a look now. Let's have a look at the fight and the brutal truth of how it is that Cancer actually thinks and feels about this person. How does Cancer actually think and feel about this person? How does Cancer think and feel about this person? Oh, this got turned upright now because I've done a personal reading. I had to turn it upright. But in the last reading that I did, I forget who that was for, the one that comes before you, right, which was Gemini. This side, this was in the reverse, but because it's pretty much come out, it's now upright here. So, whichever way, Gemini, which is here, Gemini in their actual reading, when it was their reading, this was pretty much this side, but this was in reverse. So you're going to have to use your better judgment there, because this is where things could get a little bit crazy, right? So watch a Gemini reading and you'll see that this is kind of like roles reversed-ish. So basically, how you think and feel, well, it can't be possible. It can't be possible. Well, I don't know, you probably feel very optimistic, very fresh, very vibrant, and really want this person back in your life. If you do, I don't understand why. That's what I'm saying, I don't understand why. Because this side, this person thinks and feels, Cancer, that you are a narc, right? They think and feel that you are controlling and narcissistic and everything else, and the fact that you have more duality and fight about love than a little. So the whole energy, basically, so far, is that there is more drama out of a crisis, and that is also what somebody that can be gaslighting can do, right? Because when they contaminate your energy, right, when they contaminate your job and your feelings and your thoughts, this might be where what you think and feel is nothing, is that you're moving away, right? So, unless you love this person, right, but like I said, normally when energies get contaminated, you don't know your head from your arsehole, right? You do not know. So, you know, your person, like a gaslighter, can make a drama out of a crisis. They can make something very small and minor into a major event, which is where I've said so many times around the spiritual videos of evolution around arguing and fighting. Normally when you do not show empathy for a person that you feel yourself is gaslighting you, when you don't show empathy, they feel that you're not showing them empathy, that you don't care, right? So they can keep gaslighting you, and 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 that this person is that confusing or confused by the whole story, is that, man, I don't know my head from my arsehole. Right? You're confusing, you're gaslighting me. No, I'm not, you are. No, I'm not yourself. No, yes, no, 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 yes, no, no. Right? Here. So, because me, God's honest truth, I would, because of the Gemini reading, I would definitely say that is in reverse here, but I can't just put it in reverse. But I am just letting you know that when you watch that, because this will be clarified later by something else, but because you also look at numerology and the reading, it might be the fact that this person loves loves the bathwater, like will drink anything, right? They could be a fish, or they could be drink like a fish. But let's see. So how does Cancer think and feel about this person? How does Cancer think and feel about this person? How does Cancer think and feel about this person? Four of Wands. Well, to be quite honest, I can look at this two ways. If you live with this person, you live with them, right? You live with them. You're happy living with them. You're happy living as you are with them, okay? This person individually here also, like I said, might be divorced and moving away and moving on, because these are great cards here. I feel well accomplished because I'm not dealing with this energy anymore, because this is the dark energy here, Where this is the lighter energy of like, everything's now fine. Like, everything's now fine. I don't have to cope or deal with this anymore, right? So your partner thinks and feels that you're a narc, and they feel better off without you. They feel better off without you around them. So if this energy has happened where someone heard or whatever, or, you know, dug into Pandora's box and found something out, and you ended up saying, look, you're a narc, leave me alone, right? And they did, right? They now feel better that they don't have to contend with you. That's how they feel. That's how they feel. That they don't have to contend with you. But that is the contamination of the energy, is that it wasn't working in the first place because of gaslighting. Meaning that when your energies came together, you glitched out. You glitched out over the 4 energy, which is like Scorpio, okay, Aries, right? But like, this could be Aries, Scorpio. This could be Aries, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, right? So it is going to get slightly confusing and mixed up because it's still going to tell me about a reading, general. But, and it's also extremely hot, so I hope you can't hear that here. But, yeah, somebody here feels as if it's better without you than with you. That with you, it's more dramatic, it's more like fight and flight energy, that the energy doesn't mix, that it's controlling and narcissistic. It feels like the energy where it could well be triggers and mirrors, and that I can't cope with you, and you can't cope with me, and I can't live with you, and you can't live with me. And you could have even had ultimatums around, like I said, you don't live with me, and you are, well, like I said, this could be a metaphysical connection that someone's got. So, if you're on the metaphysical side, right, and because not everybody's on the same time loop, right, if you're on the metaphysical side, right, and you are metaphysically connected with someone that is driving you absolutely crazy and up the wall, that you've lost your fucking mind through the matrix of time, and you're like, shit, Steve, I have lost my mind over this person, I want to be with them so badly, but they are with another person, and they are with this 4 of Wands, and they feel great, because this could be the other person. That's what I'm saying. There are so many aspects to a tarot reading that I can't go over all of them. Definitely not just on YouTube. Right? That's where it gets juicy on the other side. But you know, this could be the person that you want that bad, but this is the person that has the other person. You know, they could be in a 4 of Wands already with another person. And what you're left with is the karmic energy of like, oh my God, my head is absolutely boxed. Now, what am I going to do? Because I want this person that doesn't want me. Okay, that may well be with a house, a home, nice energies. Because, like I said, when you watch my channel for a while, you know that when these turn up, I can get very like, because it means Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it means numerology. Aries, 4, Scorpio. Okay. Aries, Leo, 8, Aquarius, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, 5, Taurus, okay? So it can get a little bit, and this means Scorpio, also possible Taurian energy, right? So don't get very confused. The last thing I want to do is make matters worse. So if you are in metaphysical, or Maddie or Matty, but like if you are in metaphysical warfare where you're not with the person, they drive you nuts because you're not with them, that's you with a spiritual awakening, lost fucking time loop zone, lost my mind, right? Here, this person could be with another person, right? Now, if this is relating to how they think and feel about you, is that they think and feel that now they don't have to, you don't have to deal with each other, that you're basically out of my hair and out of sight and out of mind. I now do not have to cope with control and narcissism of where you're telling me that I'm controlling and narcissistic, and that I told you and you told me and I told you, because our energy was dark and light. It contaminated one another. It didn't work. If you've been in a scenario for quite some time with where you've gone through the same dynamic and the same loop over and over and over again through empathy and not showing empathy and being blamed for not having empathy and for not showing your feelings and your emotions of empathy, that's where that was dark empathy and empathy. The only way you come out of the rainbow of knowing your mind is by not dealing with this energy to feel better. That's the calm before the storm. That's where retrograde happens, and then later on, you are the one, you go through the same cycle with the same person. Metaphysically, you could be going through this for years. Physically, you can split up, break up, split up, break up, split up, break up. If you are designed by spirit to go back with a person, you more than likely will. If you are designed to meet a new person, they will basically just show up, because it depends on what spirit wants you to learn. Right? Spirit will ask you and tell you to learn about, one, being single, but like being single for like metaphysically for ages, being single, distance, long travel, blah blah blah, metaphysical, right? Learning about myself, other people, blah blah blah. People, friends, situations at pubs, boozers, God knows what else. Everybody's coming at me with narcissism, control. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning through my soulmate, twin flame, that I am. Everybody else is batshit crazy. Can't speak about twin flame energies. I can't say anything to my friends or family. I'm starting to talk to them about, well, listen, you know, when Jupiter and the thingy planets move over, and all your brothers like, bruv, what the fuck is he talking about, bruv? Shut up. And you're like, oh god, nobody wants to know about what I've got to say that is spiritual. No. Right, so you learn about control, narcissism, friends, blah. Right. So you kind of got those energies where, like I said, if this is a couple, your energy really hasn't mixed when you've been together so much, right? This is why you could well be distant and apart from one another, right? Is that the energy seems to work better when you're not with together, right? But like I said, spirit of soulmates, they will say, okay, well, we need you to learn about metaphysics and stuff like that, so we're going to put you in a metaphysical one. It's going to box your fucking head in, and you're going to know a hell of a lot about metaphysical connections of empathy, right? That when later on in life, when you become a masculine person and you don't have empathy for energies that were designed within your life path and blah, 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 when you don't have all of that empathy for a person, they'll confuse you because you don't have empathy. That means that, am I really like crazy and batshit crazy, and do I not have empathy for people? Okay. Oh shit. Sorry. I shouldn't have actually stopped. Sorry about that. I pretty much nearly just stopped a personal reading from rendering when I thought it had finished, but it hadn't. Don't worry about that. So, yeah. So, like I said, you'll be designed and given a soulmate that will say spirit, because God gives you soulmates. He is a soulmate, you are a soulmate, he's within you, alchemy, God knows what else, and everything, all that sort of thing, right, is within you. The essence of love and life is within you, right? So, keep the spirit alive, right? So normally, if spirit says, okay, right, we need you to learn about metaphysics, blah, 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 we're going to stick you in a metaphysical connection. Okay, we need you to learn about what it's like in a relationship. So we're going to give you a relationship, and then we're going to give you that so you can learn about what that is like to physically be in what you didn't have for a start. So you can metaphysically go through something for so long, and when you get it, you don't want it like a dummy, right? I feel like a dummy, I feel stupid. Okay, Steve, you feel like a pair of curtains, pull yourself together, right? So metaphysically, blah, 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 blah. In the end, I know loads about metaphysics. I don't know what a relationship is like, because I haven't been in one for God knows how long. Right? Okay, so now you've ascended, we're going to give you one of what you wanted for so many years, and now you want it. There it is. Oh dear, this is more difficult than what I actually thought it was, like living with a energy, because now I am extremely fucking empathic, and now I pick up on all kind of signals, and I think you're batshit crazy. Because I physically think that, now I'm in a relationship, now it's very difficult for me to be in one. Okay, so your energies don't mix. Astrology-wise, you leave, they leave, you go your separate ways. Spirit will either put a new person in and say, okay, we need you to now learn about what that is like with a new person in a relationship with another person, so you can learn by your past mistakes. Right. Depending on what is designed for you, of that it is that you are supposed to teach, preach, and learn and teach. Okay, so what you've pretty much got here so far is where I'm just about to end it and go over to Patron. You've got where they think and feel that you are controlling, narcissistic and everything else, and that you have pretty much boxed their head in and left them in the lurch to cope with now being on their own, now still loving you but hating you. Right? So don't forget, they think and feel that you are narcissistic, controlling, unable to control your feelings and emotions to their emotional need. But they love you. But they also hate you. So they, for one, of what they think and feel about you, regardless whether this be them, is the fact that they are so fucking confused that you are not going to know which one is which, unless you really do. If you feel really good, right, that you are now not dealing with this could well be showing up as you. Like I said, don't let me control you through these readings and say, you know what, no, this is you, that's them, right, that's you, that's them. Y'all feel as happy as a pig in shit and Larry, bruv. This could well be you, right? But they think and feel that you're a narc. They think and feel that you're very confusing around love. But they are confused about love because of this energy of how they think and feel with the energy of these nines. Which means that this could be a person that is a gaslighter and doesn't know what gaslighting really is about love, of how that works within love, around empathy. It can be an inexperienced soulmate. It can be an inexperienced person that is going through an awakening in an extremely difficult time of not understanding what the hell metaphysics or anything is, right? Because they haven't experienced a lot of energies to know, well, I have, boo, and I understand about control and narcissism and gaslighting and how you make me feel. That's why I feel a lot of you got separation here. But that's your reading so far, Cancer. If you'd like me to continue, this is where it gets slightly juicy. Do more cards, clarify them, and then kind of give you a general reading of what's coming up for your week, and then also the progression of whether this leads into a new relationship, the same relationship, new, old, awakening, still the same, but then what friends and people might think, I don't know, each reading's slightly different, but I think these are working out really well, to be honest, when I've done them. So what that contains is going to be quite a lot of things, to be honest. But if you want to join, you can. It's the full access bundle only, okay? And for that, you get a plethora of backlog of readings, because you get your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, and then obviously whatever is in on your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, if that represents different numbers, y'all can watch as many as you like, because you can watch the numerology part of your star sign. For instance, Gemini Moon, I can watch it as a 6, also a story that could also be in a Capricorn reading, just through having a Gemini Moon, okay? So you're in someone's head, Steve. But anyway, so this is that. If you want to join, you can. It's the full access bundle only. You can find the video that provides and says everything below. There is also free music over there. There's another one on its way very, very soon, which is Angel Radio. All of those get put over there as an MP3 in order for you to download. The full access bundle, that's shit shoved in there all the time, bro. It's like eating a burger, right? It's like loads of birds all just shoved up inside one another, pack it and stick it and pack it, and they're like, there you go, So that's pretty much like my Patron bundle. It just all gets crammed and shoved in there, and then you can watch until your heart's content if you want. But that does help with these free bits. So thanks very much, Cancer. I really do appreciate it. Anything, please I should have said this again at the beginning. If you're still with me, please can you make sure that you watch the video from the beginning until the end, even if you're not listening to it. It's only your battery on your phone, don't worry about it, right? It's just that it keeps the algorithm at an even keel, right? It just helps out a little bit more. It's not detrimental, but it does help out more if you don't just pop in, hello everybody in the chat, I've only come in to say hello in the chat, and then I'm going to click off and come back later. It helps if you leave it on, okay, it does, because it keeps the algorithm doing that. Okay, so if you can keep up with that, I really will appreciate it. Anything else, like, share, subscribe, all of those kind of things, really appreciate it. See you in the link below.